Hello everyone, and welcome to another Minecraft update video. This is pre-release 1 for the 1.19 wild update, which does mean we are getting closer to its release. And here on the website there is no official date announced yet, but the regular snapshot cadence of bringing these out on Wednesdays is going to change. The pre-releases will be coming out thick and fast most likely, leading up to a release candidate and then the release of 1.19. And so I'll be covering the important details of these pre-releases. If you're just used to tuning in on a Wednesday to catch the snapshot, then consider subscribing. Make sure you catch all of these videos coming your way. And the first big change in this pre-release relates to the mangrove biome and simply the distribution of trees. There are supposed to be less of them now, so I figured the best way to look at this was to do a side-by-side comparison. And after trying out a few different angles, I found it difficult to find one that really shows the difference. If you're wondering, the left is pre-release 1. It does appear to have slightly less trees. But all in all, you're probably not going to notice a major difference. And this seed has like some crazy mangrove biome up in the hills over here. It's like a semi-ring going through some of the spaced out jungle biome. It just looks really bizarre to me. Now the next change relates to mob spawning in the Nether, specifically the Wither, the Skeleton, I've got a skeleton horse, the Wither, the Skeleton, and the Enderman. Also in the patch notes is the Piglin, but I've checked this and the Piglin hasn't actually changed. So the idea is that they're now going to spawn in light levels from 0 up to 11. So now to demonstrate this, we bring in the help of mods. And so here in 1.18, when we put this down on light level 1, it will tell us what mobs can spawn here. You'll see that Wither skeletons and skeletons can't, but in light level 0, they are able to. And then the same is true of the Enderman in the Nether Wastes and the other biomes that it spawns in. But as you can see, the Piglins were already able to spawn up to light level 11, and then 12 is where they can't. And so this means if you were using torches to stop these mobs from spawning, you would have to spam a lot more of them to keep them from spawning in the area now. And to be fair, this change makes a lot of sense because it's the Nether. It's supposed to be dangerous and difficult, and you know, if a few torches can stop mob spawning, then it makes life a lot easier. And I think the change that they made to the light level in the overworld was a really good one, but I think this is just a hangover for how things are different in the Nether, so it's really good to see this getting addressed and fixed. So this next change may sound a little dull, but it relates to what follows. And first of all, a bug fix that's related. The Elytra equip sound had stopped playing. The change is that the carved pumpkin, other wearables like the skull and the player head, now also make an equip sound when you put it on your head. And so related to this is how it interacts with vibrations. So let's go ahead and shimmy that onto there. You can see that it activates the skulk sensor. That's for both when it goes on and when we take it off. And I believe it essentially now does this for every type of item. So let's put on the leggings. Yeah, so when you equip, you're going to set off these skulk sensors. And now more changes related to the skulk sensor and vibrations. There is some new parameters for when you're using an item. It's now going to detect when you start using an item, and then when you finish using one as well. So this is the same for the crossbow, which we don't have to actually shoot. So when I let go, like that, you see we activated it even though we didn't shoot off the arrow. The same is true when blocking with a shield, so when I unblock, it's going to activate it again. Of course, you can hold down shift on this one to bypass. And this applies not only to the shield, but to the crossbow and also the bow and other items you can use, although food doesn't appear to be a part of that, as you can see. And I'm glad that someone spotted this and reported it as a bug, but the goat horn wouldn't have set off the sensor, which it clearly should do. So the skulk sensor also has the ability to output a signal strength using a redstone comparator based on what type of vibration it hears, and there are two new added here. One of those is the note block, where it puts out a signal strength of 6, and the other one is the goat horn, which outputs a signal strength of 15. And the skulk sensor will now also activate when a mob spawner cage spawns a mob. And there you go, a spider spawns and the skulk sensor gets activated. Now moving on to other mobs of the wild update, we have tadpoles, which used to drop XP when they were killed by the player, but like other baby mobs in this game, they are no longer going to drop XP. And if you want to speed up the growth of the tadpole, well, you can use the slime. The difference here is that they're now attracted to the slime, so you can see that they come to me, the player, when I'm holding down the slime ball. And then we have frogs, which love to jump up and down. The big change is that they're not going to do this when you're holding down a slime ball, or at least when they're actually attracted to that slime. Then they're only going to walk to the player, and they're not going to jump up and down. And yes, this means you can end up with your own little peaceful army of frogs, just standing perfectly still, looking at that slime ball croaking away. It's quite an amusing sight. Now, in last week's snapshot, there have been some changes to the spawning mechanics of the Warden and the Iron Golem. This meant that they were able to spawn on blocks like glass, leaves, and string. And the reason that I bring this up is because it was confirmed by one of the Minecraft devs. However, in this snapshot cycle, there is a bug report confirming this is actually not intended behavior, and so it's been removed. And now for some technical changes. The test rainbow chat feature we saw last snapshot has been removed, and now chat preview works when using /say and /message. And so for an in-game preview, it just means you're going to see that text preview when you're using one of those message commands. Servers will now also be able to enable or disable chat preview for certain types of clients by sending a new network packet. I'm not even going to pretend that I know what that is. And auto-completion is now available for the place template command. So that means when we open up this command, we will then get this massive list of various things that are available to be used with the command. So my friends, I actually want to end this video by showing you what I've been up to on Hermitcraft. Yeah, this is something that I'm really proud of. The entrance to my base, a giant skull that's going to lead into an underground giant ribcage that I can fly around. If that sounds cool to you and you're looking for something to watch, check out the latest Hermitcraft episode. It will be linked on the screen or somewhere around there. And that brings us to the end of this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.